Hello and welcome to Travel Alchemist. After exploring East Java, we finally boarded another train, this time bound for Ketapang, on the easternmost tip of Java. We were about to get the boat to Gili Manuk in West Bali. Tickets cost just 12,000 rupiah, which is about 60p, and we bought them from the Alfamart across the road. What a bargain. The crossing from Ketapang to Gili Manuk is technically only about 10 minutes, but don't be fooled, as there's usually a queue of boats waiting to dock, and we floated in the channel for over an hour. But with snacks, good views, and each other's company, we didn't mind too much. We finally reached the calm northwest coast of Bali, Permuteran. It's one of my favourite spots in Bali. It's quieter, more chilled, and surrounded by lush green hills and black sand beaches. It feels like Bali before Instagram. We checked into a brand new guest house, which was built like a tree house just steps from the sea. And then the next day we headed down to the beach to go under the waves for some snorkelling. Permuteran is famous for the Biorock Reef. It's the largest of its kind in the world. Underwater metal structures, some shaped like domes, others like spirals, are connected to low voltage electrical currents. It might sound strange, but this encourages coral to grow much faster and much more resiliently, especially in the face of climate change and warming seas. Even though the visibility wasn't great this day, we still snorkeled around some impressively established structures, and there was plenty of fish darting in and out. We spent a lovely few hours just drifting along. The next morning we headed out towards Menjangan Island, part of Bali's Barat National Park and home to the best coral reefs in Bali. On the way, the ocean had a surprise for us. A pod of dolphins came right up to the boat, riding the boat and leaping in the wake. It was just one of those perfect moments. But we eventually arrived in Menjangan and was instantly gobsmacked by how turquoise the waters were. And under the water did not disappoint either. Visibility was easily 20 metres, maybe more. It was probably the clearest snorkelling we've done on this entire trip. We drifted over vibrant coral gardens, absolutely teeming with life. The reefs here are incredibly healthy, with little to no bleaching in sight. It's certainly a welcome change. Menjangan's reefs are part of the Coral Triangle, a global centre of marine biodiversity. Just 1% of the ocean floor, but home to over 75% of all coral species on Earth. We spotted delicate branching corals, brain corals, and some stunning kidney-shaped formations I don't think I've seen before. There were skunk clownfish bobbing among the anemones, titan triggerfish guarding their territories, and the usual suspects like angelfish and parrotfish gliding by. A couple of turtles cruised past too, totally unfazed. And the drop-off was incredible too. Menjangan is famous for its dramatic underwater walls that plunge down into the deep. It's almost like floating over the edge of a cliff. And they're absolutely covered in soft corals and sponges, with reef fish flickering in and out like confetti. It was like swimming in an aquarium, only better because it's wild. And whenever we popped our heads above the surface, we were greeted by one of the most dramatic horizons I've ever seen. The volcanic peaks of Mount Raung, Mount Ranti and Mount Egan rise up from East Java but are clearly visible here from Menjangan. We stopped briefly for lunch at Menjangan Island before continuing to a second snorkelling spot. The visibility at this second site was not as impressive as the first, and the coral reefs weren't as bustling with fish, but it was still absolutely stunning, and we followed the gentle current along the coastline. If you've enjoyed this and my other Travel Alchemist videos, then please like, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to put on notifications so you'll know when my next video is up. Permuteran is still my Bali haven. It's slower, quieter and more soulful. And Menjangan has to be some of the best snorkelling I've ever done in the whole of Indonesia, let alone Bali. But after 3 nights here, we had to move on, and our journey continues south towards Ubud, where we plan to hire a car for a Bali road trip. So join us in the next one for that. And don't forget to check out my blog, travelalchemist.blog. Bye!